Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning and welcome. It's Nurse Richard the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me. A couple of satisfying procedures for you today. This one is relatively straightforward. The one after, not so much. It was one of them really mushy ones that I had to throw a load of oil in there to get it out. It's very satisfying though. I think you'll enjoy that one. But this was a young lady, and I'm going to leave some audio in. And I've had the patient's permission to do this. You might already know who you are because this lady, I believe, follows the channel, and it took me by surprise actually, because I was just about finishing a rear, and just as I'd pulled out the last piece, she promptly said, and I've got to say it, another wax baby safely delivered, which completely took me by surprise, because I don't ask everybody if they've seen me on the internet before I do anything to them. It just a lot of them just tell me anyway. Sometimes they don't, might feel a bit shy about it. But this lady just came out and just said the catchphrase and just completely took me by surprise. Oh, okay. You watched them, dear. So she might have been quite pleased that she got a blocked up here so she can come and see me. Hello to you if you're watching, by the way. I hope your ear is still as spotless as it was the day you left. Pretty full though, as you can see. I'm trying to remember now where I left the audio in. Just bear with me a moment. Yeah, I think it's just after this bit. I think the tube just gets a little blocked up after I pull that bit out. And when I come back for it, I'm going to be silent for a minute, and you'll hear the audio of the patient saying what she said. Right, so we're just going to grab it, and it's literally the second that it came out. She came out with it. I really wasn't expecting it either. Here it comes, and have a listen now.
About to say it. Another wax baby safely.
Oh really? Happy days. There's actually 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. There you go. There we go. 3 little wax babies. So if you're watching, you had triplets that day. So just a little bit of tidying up to do in this here. I've got a few bits and bats to tell you about after we get. I'll do that during the second year, which is coming up pretty shortly. Quite soft wax this. I wasn't going to entertain getting involved in a peel in this. It's such a thin layer, and it would have been very squeaky. So I'm just going to flatten that back down. And as I said to her at the time, there might be a few little spots deeper down in the ear, but absolutely nothing worth getting out. Make absolutely no difference to your hearing at all. And it's healthy to have a little bit in there as well. If any of you didn't know, leaving a little bit in there is good for you because it's got some antibacterial properties. It's slightly acidic, helps to prevent infections, maintain that acidic balance. And yeah, it's also a natural insect repellent. It's probably why you don't find many insects in the ears. I do get asked on a daily basis, have you ever found any bugs? Have you ever found any spiders? No. I mean, there may have been, but they may have been entangled up in whatever I pulled out, so I never knew they were there. Who knows? But no, nothing obvious anyway. And another of its purposes is to moisturise the ear canal to stop it from naturally drying out. But the majority of it is, in most cases, is just dead skin that's shedding out the ear. So this is the second ear, and this was a chap who saw me today. And it's quite dark on the outside, so I thought this was going to be relatively straightforward. Looks quite formed. But it's one of them that as soon as you touch it, you think, oh no. It's that type of mushy consistency that instantly clogs up the tube, and these are frustrating. Now I was tempted, as soon as I figured this out, I was tempted to irrigate it, because I use irrigation on a daily basis. It's a perfectly safe and acceptable method for the majority of people. But I think he had a history of having the odd infection, so I didn't want to put him at extra risk of that. It means I've just got to drone it in a minute anyway. I probably should have done it earlier. I just want to clear away the first section first, because when you put the oil in, when it's really lateral, i.e. that means very close to the outside, it goes all over these hairs, it goes all over the place, it makes it really difficult to see. I mean, there is a bit of that anyway, more so in the second ear. There is a bit of that anyway, as soon as you put it in, but I needed to clear a little bit more first before I can put the oil in, which is what I've done now. And it, as you'll see what a difference it makes, especially in the first ear. For a start, it doesn't block up the tube when I'm just trying to fold it all inwards. And all of a sudden you'll see as I grab it from the base of it, it just lifts up in a lovely fashion and just says, yes, I'm ready to come out now. And there it comes. Hang on, bear with me, let's get it ready. There we go. Another wax baby safely delivered. Mugs are available, which says the same thing. My ugly mug on it. There is a link in most of these videos, if anybody wants one of them. No one's bought one in a while, so get them now before they all run out. Anyway, a little bit of tidying up around this, but you can see the problem I'm having here, because there's a little bit of oil sitting at the base of the ear canal. There's gravity, that's where it's going to end up. The point where I want to put the endoscope is where all the oil is. So I'll put it in and lower it down so I can fit the suction tube over the top of it, and then it just goes. It's the old dream sequence. Again, not entertaining appeal in that one, but I'll try and get a little bit, but again, you can see it just blurs. So I'm just wiping over the edge of that. That's more than enough got over there. You notice the big difference, that's the main thing. And here's the second one. Having been through what I went through with the other ear, I thought, let's just get it in straight away. So that's what I've done here. And you can see the problem it's caused, as I was explaining, you get the old dream sequence. Still reminds me of Wayne's World, that film. That when it does this. Not as good a film as I thought it was as well. I did watch it again recently. Not aged very well at all. Anyway, what's been going on? Right, what has been going on is, well, not a lot, but today is quite a significant day. Not the day that this video is released, because to everyone apart from your members, it's released in about a month's time, maybe even about 5 weeks. I'm quite ahead of schedule at the moment, thankfully. It'll be released about a 5 weeks time after I've recorded it, but the day I'm recording this today, it's my middle son, it's his birthday. So happy birthday to Luke, who is now officially a teenager. He is 13 today. So in typical embarrassing dad fashion, the first thing I said to him when he came in, and he cringed, he came in at about 6:30 this morning, after asking me, what time can I wake you up tomorrow? What time can I wake you up? I didn't actually give him an answer, but he came in at 6:30. I was already awake anyway. And as soon as he came in, I said, happy birthday. Go on, show us your armpits. Have you got any more under there now? And he's just like, oh, Dad, no. But yeah, now a teenager. So we've got kind of one in every generation now, because my eldest is 22. That's our Jake. Luke is now 13. And Eva's been a teenager since she was 3. So she's 11 now. Well, that's another story. Anyway, a three-nager, that's what they call him, isn't it? So yeah, what did he get for his birthday? He's absolutely darts obsessed, loves his darts. Now, I personally don't get it. To me, darts has been always something that fat middle-aged men play in the pub. But well, I'm kind of one of them now, but I've never really been into it, but he loves it. It became really popular. I mean, it's always been quite popular. It's been getting more so amongst the younger kids around here, because where I live, in fact where I work, is the same town, or the kind of same borough that the current world darts champion lives, who's called Luke, also called Luke Littler. I know everyone who's watching in the UK, you'll know who he is, and yeah, he lives not far from here where I'm working. And he, famously became world champion when he was incredibly young. I think he was 17 when he won it. I think he reached the final when he was 16 and he won it when he was 17. And it started off a huge craze amongst all the younger kids around here. They all want to be, because there's quite a lot of money in darts, I believe. So they all want to become the next Luke Littler. So all the kids around of that age, you know, since they can walk to teenagers, a lot of them are darts obsessed now. My son's one of them. So the presents he wanted are a lot to do with darts. I don't understand a lot of it. You know, he wanted this ring light to go around it, a backboard so he can put it in his room because it's in the garage at the moment. It gets a bit cold. So I said, yeah, you can have it in your room, but I need to put this big board on your wall because as good as you are, you'll miss the board every now and then. And I'm not very good at replastering walls. So you can have, I'll do that for you and get electronic scoreboard and all that. So yeah, it's pretty much everything to do with darts because he's obsessed with it at the moment. So happy birthday to him. I know he's not watching this, so I don't know why I'm wishing him happy birthday, but maybe you can send him some and I'll show him the messages. So we're just about to come to the end of this procedure. And before I forget, I probably should address the elephant in the room. A lot of you have been watching my videos recently. You'll be used to seeing me in turquoise or blue. You know, why is he in purple? What's that about? You'd have to ask the washing machine, because I think it ate me other uniforms. I could not find them this morning. I mean, if anyone lives in a house with a lot of children, especially young children, you'll be aware of the mountain of laundry that you have to do on a daily basis. It's mostly my daughter. She'll come back from school and she'll put 2 or 3 outfits on before she decides which one she's wearing. And this is just to go out and play at the flipping park for half an hour. Then she can't remember which one she's actually worn when she gets into a pyjama, so she puts all 3 uniforms in there. Anyway, I could not find my blue uniform this morning, so this is one of my old ones. I wore the purple ones for about a year or so.
Yeah, he's not ringing.
And I didn't have time with everything going on this morning, opening his presents and all that. So I put one of my old ones on. Anyway, reached the end of that procedure. And I just realised there was a little bit left in there. The chap had enough by then, but we'd fixed the problem, and that's always the main thing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.